The small agricultural community of Enterprise, Alabama is home to one of the country's most unusual monuments. Downtown, in the center of a fountain, stands a striking female figure, 13 feet tall and made from the finest Italian alabaster. She bears above her head a large golden pedestal, upon which is placed a big, black bug.
It has 6 legs, big round black body, and a long pincher.
It's said that this is the only statue in the world that commemorates an insect. In fact, this ugly beaked bug literally altered the course of history.
It changed not only the city of Enterprise, but the South as we know it.
So what is the story behind this bizarre monument to a bug? 1915. Cotton is king in southern Alabama. Thanks to the fluffy fiber, agricultural communities like Enterprise are boom towns.
Cotton was relatively easy to grow here. It produced large quantities, and it supplied the nation.
One of the most successful farmers in Enterprise is one C.W. Baston. And as the profits made from cotton continue to grow, Baston and his fellow farmers eventually all but abandoned their other crops.
C.W. Baston had a 125-acre farm that was dedicated to cotton. He depended on cotton for his income.
But little do Baston and his neighbors know, their good fortune is about to end. One day, C.W. Baston is making his daily crop inspection when he sees something strange. Ugly, pimple-like scars on some of the buds of his cotton plants. Perplexed, Baston destroys the afflicted plants. But within weeks, the sinister affliction has spread throughout his fields. And when harvest comes, the crop is worthless. For the young farmer, the stakes couldn't be higher.
Mr. Baston borrowed money to plant his crop. If he doesn't produce a crop, then it literally puts him out of business.
And Baston is not alone. His neighbors are also inflicted with the same strange infestation. So what is destroying the cotton crop and threatening to bankrupt the entire community? The answer comes when scientists analyze samples of the decimated plants and deliver their devastating verdict. It's the boll weevil.
The boll weevil is a very small bug, only a quarter of an inch long, that starves the plant of the nutrients that makes the cotton. Boll weevils work very quietly, silently. It's horrible to see.
It's thought that the pesky pest originated in Mexico and hitched a ride into the U.S. on the Galveston hurricane, destroying cotton crops not only in Alabama, but across the South. Desperate to save his livelihood, C.W. Baston does all he can to stave off this insidious insect.
He tried burning the crops. He tried getting rid of them with whiskey. He tried getting rid of them with oil. He tried everything. Nothing worked. The pest itself was in proportion to a biblical plague.
And this plague of weevils is so bad that in the following years, countless sharecroppers are forced off the land. This mass exodus of southern workers to the north leaves behind acres of empty fields and scores of abandoned farms, contributing to what would eventually become known as the Great Migration.
Farmers were completely devastated. They had to leave. They had no choice.
But one man is determined to not give up. It's 1916. An incredibly destructive insect called the boll weevil has decimated the cotton crop across the American South, forcing countless farmers off their land. But one man refuses to go, an Alabama sharecropper named C.W. Baston, who's determined to defeat the weevil if it's the last thing he does. But who will win, Baston or the bug? After months of wrestling with the problem, Baston is approached by a man named H.M. Sessions, who claims he has the answer. Sessions suggests that Baston try planting a strange new seed that he has brought back with him from his recent trip to Virginia. It's none other than the humble peanut. And when Baston sows the seeds, he is stunned by the results.
He was able to pay us debt plus make profit.
Once enterprise farmers realize that peanut crops are impervious to the boll weevil, they begin planting them too.
Once peanuts was introduced to agriculture, the economy went from famine to feast overnight. The rest is history.
And with more and more Americans clamoring for the tasty treat, Enterprise eventually becomes the largest peanut-producing community in the nation. And as luck would have it, the peanut is even more profitable than cotton. In the years following, an effective pesticide is developed to combat the boll weevil. And today, cotton is flourishing once again across the South. But in Enterprise, Alabama, the creepy critter is not forgotten. On December 11th, 1919, the Boll Weevil Monument is unveiled.
It is to commemorate the heralding of prosperity that the boll weevil brought to our city. It means a lot to our city, and I think it means a lot to the world.
The Boll Weevil Monument is a tangible reminder of one of the worst blights in U.S. history, but one that eventually led to even greater prosperity.